Okay, our last reader is someone I have known for 15 years. He's someone I have worked very closely with, and that's none other than Mano Rajakariar, who's a group financial controller at John Keells Holdings. I don't think I have mentored him or counseled him on a specific basis, but I think our work has involved that type of engagement. Over to you, Mano.
Ronnie and Mano, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. First of all, I must sincerely thank Ronnie for giving me this opportunity to speak at this book launch. I'm truly humbled and privileged. I'm sure Ronnie had many other options than choosing me. For one reason, I'm not a very fluent speaker, and neither am I young like the previous speakers. And I'm sure there are so many who would have loved to be here to say a few words. Thank you, Ronnie. I sincerely thank you. My association with Ronnie, as mentioned, goes back 15 years. I recall there was a time where the stories were doing the round that we are going to have a new GFT. I must say it troubled us because we were fairly well settled. The GFT at that time, she was a well-established professional, Ms. Kumaraswamy, and this made us a little uncomfortable. What are we going to have? And then I remember meeting a person who was serving in one of our plantation group boards, who was a colleague of Ronnie in Zambia for many years. He was a schoolmate of mine, although he was much senior. And he told me, "Macham Mano, I have good news for you." So I asked him, "What about?" And he told me, "Look here, you're going to have a fantastic boss, Mano. You can take it from me. He's one of the most talented people I've come across and very versatile, very versatile." And true to his word, I must say, we came across Ronnie, who was multifaceted, multi-talented, and I must say, he was a very gifted person. Not only was he a leader, a top finance professional, and as mentioned by his daughter, he also had singing ability. He could keep people entertained for hours long, till the wee hours of the morning. So it was something like all our fears were taken away, and I think me and my colleagues will say that we have had a fantastic run with Ronnie in the last 15 years. Let me now say a few words on his fabulous book. In short, an excellent book and very easy on the reader. In fact, it took me only 3 hours to go through the book. For me, it was like reading a story, although it was his real life story, his work life story. A tough journey, but ending in a great destination. My first reference is on page 28. I don't think you all have the book. It's paragraph 4 and 5. I like this very much. It goes like this: "The other lesson. If you react angrily or show annoyance in response to certain situations, it will only encourage the perpetrator to continue baiting you. I have found it useful to laugh things off, even join in if serious physical or mental harm does not arise from the action. My advice is to keep your cool in difficult circumstances." It goes on to say, "Flying off the handle allows the other party to know that he or she is under your skin. I typically resist being goaded or showing outward signs of having lost my balance. I might be seething inside, but I have discovered great merit in not leaving myself vulnerable to further exploitation by displaying these negative emotions. I know from experience that a calm mind, a steady heart, and a clear thought process will help me through. One of the greatest qualities Ronnie has was that he never lost his cool under any circumstances. I can say that touching my heart because I worked with him. He would face up to any challenge but never came out with any harsh words and always kept his calm. I have witnessed many instances where people, including me, would try and provoke him and take him on, but Ronnie was never the one to get perturbed or upset. In fact, I recall an incident very early in my role as GFC. Probably it was the first time I was involved in the preparation of a quarterly publication. I remember that we had done the publication and I had nipped out of office for a while, and then I got a call from my financial controller, and he told me, Machan, there is a small problem. I hear the accounts had a problem. So I said, is that so? And then to see, in a few minutes' time, I got a call from Ronnie, and he asked me, Mano, where are you? I said, Ronnie, I've just nipped out. He said, can you come and see me? Then I knew, okay, there is problem brewing. So I rushed back to office, and then I met Ronnie. We realized that there was a problem in our cash flow statement. Not acceptable, I'm sure, and it was an error where instead of adding, we had deducted a particular line. And I'm sure, and unfortunately, this came through an anonymous letter. And I think it disturbed the senior management pretty much, rightly so. But Ronnie, with his calmness, he said, he asked me a lot of questions. Manu, do you know how did this happen? Why did it happen, etc., etc. And then I tried to explain, and I think in the next couple of days we were trying to work out. And I know finally all what Ronnie said is, Mano, it's fine, what has happened has happened. Let us just proceed forward, ensure that you have all your checks and balances. I got to know later that he was under a lot of pressure, probably from his colleagues, to investigate this further, etc. But Ronnie never told me any of those issues. He kept his cool, and I must say, I have progressed very much from there onwards based on the way he reacted to that situation. The quality of Ronnie made all of us, this quality of Ronnie made all of us very comfortable in dealing with him. Ronnie always stood by the team, thereby giving us immense confidence, and it is a quality we always admired in him. My last extract, or my second extract, goes this way. It's on page 77. Leading by example and from the front are traits I developed on the cricket field, while captaining many representative sides at district and club level, and at the workplace in roles ranging from junior manager to managing director. Ronnie was a person who was always willing to help and to lead. Any matter I had taken to him, he will help find a solution. I have worked very closely with him in the last many years in preparation of published accounts for JKH, and many a times I have faced issues, especially relating to the accounts and audit matters. Ronnie found suitable solutions for all the key problems, solutions which were acceptable for the group as well as which satisfied the auditors. He was never the one to shy away from problems. He would always think through problems and then come back with solutions. And many a times I recall, Ronnie will give me a call maybe the following day or 2 days later and say, Manu, I thought about what you told me. Come and meet me. I think I have the answer for it. He never would run away, but he will come back and say, this is the we should tackle it this way. And another key strength that I always admired in Ronnie was that he tried to make matters as simple as possible. He would easily dissect complex issues into smaller pieces, which made them uncomplicated. I think me and my colleagues will totally agree to that, that he never made things complex. He made it simple and he found solutions. It was always a pleasure dealing with him. As I close my short address, Shiranti, my wife, and myself, Ronnie, we wish you all the very best with this launch and also in all your future endeavors as a coach and mentor. For me, I think it is a great loss for the commercial sector of Sri Lanka, which will clearly miss a top-class finance professional. Although I know that you will prove your caliber as a coach and mentor to many young professionals. I also take this opportunity to wish Mano, his wife, all the best and good luck to you, Mano, for having to deal with Ronnie more at home from next year. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, there is something I've always wondered. I think Dinali also mentioned about Ronnie's many talents. I have thought that over the years that there was a question or a puzzle in my mind. I thought today I can share that with you because Ronnie's days at JKH are now numbered, so are mine. So I thought I will share this puzzle with you. I've always wondered that God has been a little unfair, giving one individual so much of talents, whereas he has been unfair with some people like me, who are not blessed with so many. And I think maybe if I get an opportunity to meet my Creator, which may be sooner than later, I might get this response where he might say, look here, chum, I gave ample and equal talents to all mankind, but Ronnie for sure used them to the maximum, and hence I gave him more. Thank you.
And yeah, thank you, Manu. As I said, this is very enjoyable.